So this drill, we're basically just working on the slip. For us, that's evasion 1 and 2. Traditionally, it's it's handled from kind of a neutral position where we use explosive footwork. I'm going to focus on the footwork right now. In fact, quite the opposite. I'm going to make him keep his feet stationary as possible. And I'm just basically I'm not trying to trick him necessarily, but we are working on multiple components. One is that my goal is to punch him in the nose. His goal is to slip, and he can slip by thrusting his shoulder forward, his rear shoulder forward, or he can slip by bringing his lead shoulder back. And I'm going to match leads, whatever lead he has. You don't have to, but I am in this case. And my goal here is just to touch his nose, and his goal is basically, if he does this well, his shoulder should bump my hand. And this is just a setup. It gets him moving so that he gets his head offline. If you move just your head, that's one way to do this. But I find that if you engage the shoulder, it moves your head as well, but displaces you a little bit, so you can be moving at the same time. And the other thing that it does is, while you're doing that, you're simultaneously setting up your counter power. So that shoulder becomes your counter power. Why that matters is that, we'll get to the drill here in a second, but if I just slip, just stand still. If I just slip and I don't use my shoulder, I'm just in reach, just touching him, but I'm not able to actually really do anything. But if I shoulder slip, now I'm able to make contact. So that allows me a little bit more range, which is important, particularly if you fight somebody who's got long, hairy arms and they're bigger than you. So that's why it's important to work on that. Plus, it gives you a little protection. Sometimes that's all you need, is just the bump of the shoulder. If he's trying to punch me in the nose or jaw or whatever, yeah, and I just go like this, that's often all I need, is that little bump, just a little bit to displace the strike. So that's all I'm going to do, is I'm just going to throw jabs. If he leads me, or jab straights, if he leads by telling me where he's going, I'm going to aim at wherever the hell his head is. That's why he's got the helmet on and I'm using gloves. If he waits for me to punch, then he'll be able to slip. If he tries to slip and I haven't yet punched, I'm just going to direct it at his face. So, punch, shoulder punch. Forward weight. Good. Good. Move the ring. So we'll make sure we're on camera. Come a little closer. Shoulder, yeah. Good. So some of the things that Ray is working on when he does this besides slipping is also getting used to seeing strikes and also being hit. You can work on it so that you're trying not to flinch while you get hit. So when we were doing it earlier, I was working it without headgear on. I prefer to have mouth guard, but give Ray some gloves and we'll do it anyway. But what we want to work on is looking at the right things, getting the body moving properly.